Hello, it is October 23rd at 9 a.m. and I am at work because I am always at work. And I'm actually, really happy today. I've been really happy the last few days. Yesterday's video I was crying a lot about being tired, but that's because I stayed up really late reading a book. Tell no one. So it was like when I got up at 4:30 in the morning after having gone to bed at 12:30 at night, I was like, no, why? And then I cried a lot because I didn't want to go work out. I wanted to sleep. But I went and worked out like a good girl. So I feel like if you complain about something, you feel better about it, even if you still have to do the thing that you complained about. So yeah, there's my life motto. Anyway, I'm really happy. I've got a bit of work to do today, not too terribly much though. I'm not going to be super stressed. I have lunch with my Miss Stacy. She's amazing. I love her. I'm really excited about lunch with her. What else is new in my world? I sent my first video in Esperanto yesterday. It was very short, and I sent it to my Irish gentleman because he's like the only person I know who actually speaks it. Not really, but is learning it like I am. So I sent him a very short video of me drinking water and then saying, I like to drink water, it's delicious, in Esperanto. It's like 30 seconds. Whatever. I did it. And this weekend I get to see my very good friend Brianne, and we're going to have fun on Saturday. My parents are taking my son to visit my sister and my grandpa, who both live in Las Vegas. So I'm not going to have my son. I'm a sad puppy about it. He was all snuggly last night. He's like, I won't see you for 2 days. Let me hug you. And I was like, child, I need to review your homework while you're clinging to me like a monkey. Stop. I want the hugs, but not while I'm trying to review your homework. We can like have 5 minutes after homework time and hug. And he was like, I guess. He's the best little monkey. I am so lucky with my son. I am so blessed. He's like the cutest little thing ever. And 13. Why is he so big? I'm almost done with that one. 5 more years. 5 more years and he's peace out to college. Fingers crossed, peace out to college. Or to some vocational school, if he so desires. But like, that's so soon. That's too soon. What am I gonna do with myself? Go back to college myself. But anyway, no, I talked to him the other night. We were talking about consequences of actions and how things you do when you're very young narrow your choices exponentially. You make a small decision when you are 14, 15 years old, and it affects the rest of your life disproportionately. You decide at 15 that you don't care about this particular class and you're just going to fail it, and then you can't get into a good college because you failed that class, so then you had to go into a remedial class and you didn't do so well in the remedial class. Like, it spirals out of control, and by the time you're 30, you're not making a good living, you're in an untenable situation, you need to figure something out, maybe you need to go back to college, maybe you need to get into a vocational program, but now you're 30, whereas the people who at 15 worked hard and got a decent grade and then got into a good college or a good vocational training program after high school, by 30 own their own house. And the people who don't make a good choice because they're 15, and anyone at 15 is rather, you're a child. You make foolish choices as a child. Or, in my case, you are all silly and in love and not as smart as you think you are and end up having a child when you're 19. And then instead of going and getting your master's degree directly after your bachelor's degree, as was your plan, you get your master's degree when your child turns 18 and goes to college themselves. He was like, oh, I didn't know you wanted a master's degree, Mom. And I was like, well, yes. But he's a small little fry. But hopefully my lectures sink into his little head. I'm like, look, kid, you're making choices now, and you're a kid, and you're not going to make wise choices That's why your parent has to intervene and be like, pow, 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 what are you doing? Because your parent can see how this thing that seems so inconsequential to you in the moment is actually going to be horribly devastating. Oh my God, you idiot. In the future. Yeah. Yay, parenting advice. Not really advice, just like, I'm pretty sure every parent relates to what I'm saying. There are things you did yourself that you look back on and you think, wow, that was really dumb. Or there are things where you're like, my parents absolutely insisted I do this thing that I absolutely had no desire to do. And it was very beneficial to me in the long term, and I'm very grateful to them now. So I will do the exact same thing for my child. I will absolutely insist, that they do something they do not wish to do, because I know that in the future it will be beneficial to them. That's what being a parent is. Like, shouting and shaking. I don't ever shake, but I want to shake. Oh. Sometimes I'm just like, and he's like, you want to shake me right now? And I'm like, how did you know? Was it because I was shaking my hands at you like this, like child? But if you do a good job, you end up with a wonderful child who is, out in society being productive and living a good life, and not necessarily living the exact life you would, have ideally planned out for them, but they are happy and content and doing well for themselves. That's what I want for my son, for him to be happy and doing well for himself and contributing to society in some meaningful way. I'm a mom. My kid matters a lot to me. He's gonna be gone for 2 days. 2 days. So I've planned all the things to do to keep myself busy and not be like, I'm all alone. There's nobody here beside me. Anyway, I should get back to work. I have things I need to do. But there you go. Your brief window of insight into me and how I am feeling and what I am thinking today. Friday, October 23rd at 9-ish a.m. Pacific Standard Time.